Hello, it's MootyPwns here, aka Moody, aka Mods, kinda like the applesauce, kinda like the juice boxes, all that stuff. I think it's a cute nickname. But here I have a battle. It's the first round of the tournament I'm participating in. So this one is against TheAcousticKind, and I see that he has a Polytoad on his team in the preview, so I figure weather is not going to be a problem for me here, seeing as I have my own Polytoad and this is a Rain Dance team. So he leads off with Polytoad, so he sets up Rain for me. It's not going to be a problem. The bigger problem throughout this whole battle is really the entry hazards that he's setting up on my side. And meanwhile, I am setting up my own entry hazards. The thing is, he has his own rapid spinner, and I do not have a ghost type to block the rapid spin. Rapid spin is a normal move, and normal moves are not affected by ghost type Pokemon. However, I don't carry a ghost type Pokemon on this team. The thing is, I would be able to do massive damage to a lot of his team with Thundurus at least if I can get this Ferrothorn out of the way. Ferrothorn is really the only thing that gave me trouble throughout this whole match because this team is centered around having Thundurus set up Nasty Plot and Sweep, but Thundurus can't do that if Ferrothorn is still in play because Ferrothorn, first of all, resists Thunder and it will not die to a +2 or a +4, or I'm not even sure, but I don't think it'll even die to a +6 Thunder or Hidden Power Ice that I carry. So throughout this whole match, I struggle and rack up entry hazards through a lot of my Pokemon while trying to find the opportunity to send in Thundurus and try and get him to start sweeping. And throughout this whole match, it's really just more or less it goes in circles. He sets up entry hazards, he spins them away, I set them up again, spin them away, and when I saw the way this was going, I thought that I was going to lose this match eventually due to all the entry hazards that are being set up, and I'm racking up damage, and there really isn't anything I can just do to dent his team. And also another thing, Jirachi, when he sent in Jirachi, I figured that may be offensive type Pokemon on this team. I figured no matter what Jirachi would hit, I would not die, because the Jirachi I usually see are, specially defensive now. So I figured Thunder Wave it. Luckily he went for Thunder, predicting me to switch, and I feel like that Jirachi may have been Scarfed. It may have been that one Pokemon that's supposed to just take care of all the weakened Pokemon from entry hazards and that kind of thing. So I feel like once I got that Jirachi paralyzed, that was also a good thing because it may have been Scarfed or something. I'm not sure. So I figured since he switched, then he was probably choiced. I figure Scarfed since the rest of his team is really defensive, so he needs another Pokemon to just kill off all the Pokemon that are just switching in due to all the entry hazards. So I feel like since I got that Jirachi paralyzed, that was also a key part to this thing, because if it was not paralyzed later on, it would have probably affected the match. That's one thing. There are a few other things that would have affected the match. I just keep switching and switching. I really regret not having a rapid spinner on this team, but I just need to get one dent in this team, because after that I feel like I'm home free. I keep switching in Latios, Bronzong comes in, Bronzong has Hidden Power Ice. I can't switch in my Gliscor or my Latios because he has Hidden Power Ice. Granted, I won't die, but it's not worth the risk of me not being able to knock it out. So, I mean, here's the key part. I'm able to, well, I get off a Paris song, so he's going to want to switch, and then I figure let's go for Encore, because he's going to go for Rapid Spin. So, he's going to have to switch here, while I know I'm free to set up a nasty plot. I know he was going to go into Ferrothorn, because Ferrothorn is definitely going to resist. I go for a substitute, thinking he might have Thunder Wave or Leech Seed, and thank God he went for Leech Seed, because now that gives me another free turn to set up one more nasty plot, and knowing Ferrothorn, I am definitely going to need it to get rid of this thing. He goes for a Power Whip, which is going to break my sub. It does more than 25%, and I decide, since I'm faster, so I figure I'll go for another substitute just in case he decides to go for Leech Seed or Thunder Wave if he has it again. But he goes for another Power Whip. So right here I'm like, okay, I'm gonna attack with Thunder, because Thunder is stab, and I think its base power is 120 plus the percent of paralysis is also pretty decent, and I'm hoping I can live this Power Whip, and I live with 53 hit points, and thankfully I'm glad I don't run Life Orb on this set, because that would have just killed me off if I ran Life Orb. I actually prefer the leftover set, and I go for the Hidden Power Ice, knowing that it'll knock it out just in case he decides to like switch to Gliscor or something to resist Thunder, but it doesn't really matter since I outspeed. So he goes into Jirachi, and I go for a Stab Thunder. Thunder is definitely going to kill it off, seeing as what's his name? Ferrothorn only took a bit over half, so it's definitely going to kill off Jirachi for neutral damage. It's definitely going to kill off Bronzong for neutral damage, and the rest of his Pokemon are weak to Thunder or Hidden Power Ice. So he sends in Gliscor just in case I don't have Hidden Power Ice, I suppose, and I have like something else, I suppose, and kills off Gliscor for super effective damage, and right here he's just left with his water Pokemon. So that's game. So fantastic game. I thought, you know, it was pretty fun. So comment, rate, sub. Later, guys.